Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very gloomy morning. I don't think it's going to stop raining today, so I thought it was the perfect time to sit down and deep dive into the 2026 fashion trends. We're gonna talk about the bags, the clothing, like everything that is going to be super trendy for this year. I've just been deep diving quite hard this season. I took hours on Pinterest, I watched the runways, so I've been saving pins, screenshots, everything so I could round up basically what I think is going to be trendy for this year. And I have to say that I love almost everything. So this is going to be quite of a chill chat video. Would definitely recommend you to go grab coffee if it's the morning, maybe a glass of wine if it's a little bit later, and let's chat. So I'm not really someone who follows trends. I know that I always say this, but I just feel like whenever the year starts and I start to see what's gonna come in, what's gonna go out, I always try to reflect back into what is going to realistically fit into my style, my lifestyle, my budget, etc. Now, with that said, I think in past years, I was not the biggest fan of the biggest trends that we had, like the micro bags, certain silhouettes, but I do have to say that this year, I think this is going to be my year because we have so much like vintage inspiration. We have a lot of gold and suede and reds. I don't know. I am really loving what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna divide this into handbags first. Then we're gonna do clothing and like fashion in general, and maybe a short deep dive into the shoes. But for me, shoes are like, I like what's comfortable and what I like. So as per usual, fashion is something that comes and goes, and I am so shocked of how many belt bags I saw on the runway. But I do have to say that it's belt bags in a more stylish way, I would say. I actually kind of like it. This is something that I may not do personally. I don't really feel like it matches my style, but I do really like some of the belt bags that I saw because it felt like it almost complemented the outfit in such an amazing way. So this is not a little tiny fanny pack. This is a whole new wave of different style of belt bags, and I saw pretty much every single big fashion house come with something of the sorts, and everything is styled in a cinched buckle type of way. And honestly, I really like that this trend can be a little bit more stylish, not too edgy, that is like not doable, but I do like the way that it elevates and complements the outfit. It just kind of makes everything look very well put together. Trend number 2 for handbags was like utilitarian bags. And by this, I mean bags with pockets, bags that are gonna fit a lot, bags that are going to be very versatile and really serve a purpose. And I feel like after such a long time, we had so many years where I was feeling like handbags were the opposite of convenient. They were handbags that you almost needed to kind of adapt and leave things behind because they were not going to fit, because the shape was not something very practical. And on the other side right now, I feel like the bags look so practical. And I also think that this is why bags like the Chanel 25 are so popular, because that bag has pockets on the sides. It is very big, it's going to fit a lot, and I love my Chanel classic flap, but that bag fits a few essentials. I've been seeing just the bigger bags, the bags with pockets being such a massive hit, and I am so here for it. And we've been definitely drifting away from the micro handbag trend that we had for a few years, but they were really cute. Right now I see them more like as complements to the outfit more than the handbag itself, but now I see bigger bags that are going to fit pretty much everything that you need and fit very well on your day-to-day. Quite minimal in design, some of them, the ones that don't have the pockets, but yeah, I'm really happy to see that we're bringing bigger bags, more useful bags back. So kind of on the same note, we have slouchy oversized bags. This is something that has been going on for the last, I would say, 2 years. So we've been saying Bottega Veneta, the Row, Loewe, just bags that have like very slouchy, comfortable, oversized handbags that basically hug you. And I've been saying that some fashion houses have been releasing their classic designs in a more slouchier version to kind of fit into this trend. And I really like this because usually big slouchy bags are very comfortable. They're gonna fit a lot, and also the leather tends to be a little bit softer. We're gonna see a lot of suede. Like 2026, you're gonna see so much suede for winter, spring, summer, fall, and winter again. I think I said it last year that suede was something that I was very shocked that was trendy for spring and summer, and I did not really think it was going to last as long as it have lasted. And actually, I see it, if anything, growing. I see every single popular handbag being released in suede, in velvet, and this, I am so over the moon about it because I am obsessed with suede. Like when I saw the bags for Hermes spring summer 2026, the suede Birkins, lost my mind over them. They're just going to be slouchy, beautiful, and like, I don't know, I really like them. Handbag trend number 4 is going to be fringes and tassels. I've seen fringes in everything, absolutely everything. We're gonna talk about the clothing later, but I've seen them in bags. You can see them on Birkins, on bigger bags, on smaller bags, on clutches. Also, you can see tassels. I'm someone who really loved tassels back in the day, and seeing them back feels very nostalgic. I do feel like these bags are very much of a statement and very fashion forward. I would not personally go for a bag with fringes because I feel like it's not convenient and maybe it's not gonna match my style very well, but I know so many people that are head over heels with the fringes bags, especially the Birkin. So there's definitely trends for absolutely everyone. I think this one is very unique. And the last handbag trend that I want to talk about, because there's many handbag trends, these were just the most interesting that I found. With this one, I'm gonna need you guys to hear me out because I used to be a hater, but I am no longer a hater, and I think I've been influenced. I saw the new Chanel collection by Matthew Blazy, the Métiers d'Art, and I saw this stunning, beautiful Chanel 25 that looks like a Dalmatian. It's a very Cruella de Vil type of bag. I need that bag. I will be getting that bag if I can, of course, because finding a Chanel 25 lately is like harder than a Birkin. Like, you cannot see them at the store unless you ask for like a black one. And that bag is calling my name and I really want it. But I can already assume that it's going to be very hard to find. But there were so many different animal print handbags, not only on Chanel Métiers d'Art, but pretty much every single runway. And there's bags in cow print that I'm actually very much of a fan of the cow print. I did not expect to find myself so in love with them because for me, cheetah print, leopard print, snake print, like all of those, I've never liked them. I would never thought that I would come here and say that I wanted a bag in animal print, but I really like it and I don't know what is it about it, but I just hope that Louis Vuitton doesn't come back with the, it was these bags with a massive monogram, I just forgot the name right now, with the animal print monogram. I did not like those. I do like these ones though. Now let's go with the clothing trends. And I'm gonna start probably with my favorite. And to be completely transparent, the one that I think you're gonna be seeing me wear the most, if you're not already noticing, that is what I've been wearing most of the time, even spring, summer, fall, and winter. And this is elevated boho chic. And I am so here for it. I kind of feel like it's my time to shine because I've never felt like I've been very much into the trends, like following them and dressing like them. And this is something that I already had on my wardrobe because I've always been Zimmermann lover. I love Chloe. I love Isabelle Marant. So this has always consistently been something that I like. And now seeing it, this means that brands are gonna come out with things that look like this that I'm gonna be able to get and keep using even when it's not going to be trendy anymore. I just really love how this boho trend is a little bit more elevated, more curated in some way. It's not the chaotic festival vibe. This is more like romantic, more flowy, more fun. So yeah, I think it's quite clear that I am very much here for this one. I really love the draping, the layering, the mixing it with gold hardware. And if you like it and you're not very much into that style but you kind of want to implement it a little bit, I would just do maybe a blouse, maybe a cute dress for the summer. I just feel like this trend is very friendly for implementing it in many ways. Now, feathers. I thought that I was not gonna like it, but I have to say I do. And there's feathers on everything. And I do feel like there's ways to do it, that you can do a feather outfit that is going to look a little bit, maybe even cheap. And there's ways to do feathers that just look so rich, so elevated, so beautiful. And I saw some outfits that I don't know where I would be able to wear this, but I really liked it and I thought that it was art. Like, fashion is supposed to make you feel different things and just question, like, would I be able to wear this, where I would take it. But I would feel amazing like wearing something like this dress, for example, that has like a belt in the middle. I think it's stunning. But this is definitely going to be something that is very high maintenance. Like, I don't even know how the washing of this would go, but that is literally the point. Feathers are not supposed to be practical. It is more about the fantasy of it and the exaggeration and just the wow factor. And I think this is part of the fashion swing back into glamour, that I felt like we lost it for a while, where we were like in more of a minimalistic era where we would do monochromatic looks. That nothing wrong with that, I still do them, and aiming for neutrals and cleaner and slicker shapes. Right now I'm saying literally the opposite, and we're going into feathers, suede, animal print, bold colors. But yeah, I would definitely get a feather dress for like a very special event. Not for day to day, but there's also bags, shoes, like everything. The color that I saw the most was this like guava pink. So basically like this beautiful pastel pinky tone, maybe leaning a little bit into coral. And I saw full looks, and I think it's the color of the year, at least for me, alongside with red. I also saw a lot of red, but I wanted to highlight the pink because I've been also really loving pink. I feel very inclined into getting pink bags, dresses, pink, everything. And I really love seeing colors coming back more and more and more. And pink, in my opinion, being such a feminine, beautiful, vibrant color, there's so many ways that you can pair it. You can go for a full pink look or just like add some pink details here and there. I personally have been looking for a pair of pink shoes, but it's been almost impossible. Next trend is draping. And I absolutely love draping. I think it's the best way to elevate an outfit. It just looks so polished and like you put a lot of effort into it. And this is one of those trends that never fully goes away. I don't think that draping is ever going to go out of style. It's always going to look elegant because there's a lot that needs to go behind a good draping. Makes an outfit look expensive without bold prints or crystals or anything. It's just soft folds across the body that can accentuate and creating shape without being tight. So they tend to be very comfortable too. It's very feminine, very elegant, and it also gives movement to the outfit. And this is something that you can implement into very basic day-to-day outfits to something a little bit more special occasions with a dress or a coat. I've seen draping on coats and it just looks fantastic. We, of course, have fringes on clothing. A lot of fringes, as I said. I do love seeing fringes on clothing on the runway because it has so much movement. And I feel like it's a lot of fun to see the pieces being shown and worn. There's fringes hems on skirts, fringe jackets, fringes on the sleeves, on the bags, on the pants, literally fringes in different parts of clothing or even French clothing. And it does turn something that could be a very simple outfit into something with more personality. But personally, if I had to style a fringe piece, I would definitely go a little bit more basic on the rest of the outfit to kind of give it the moment to the piece. Lingerie inspired clothing, and this one is also one that I really like. And I think this one is a little bit complicated because it's easy to make it look very cheap. You really need to do it in a certain way so it looks elevated and not that you just wore your pajamas outside. I'm still struggling to find like certain pieces to implement it because I really like it, and I think it's going to be very comfortable too. Especially for spring and summer, I think I'm definitely going to give it a try. But you can do slip dresses, satin skirts, satin tops with some lace, satin shorts. During winter, I'm seeing a lot of satin lace shorts with tights and a jacket or a coat. So there's definitely ways to do it. You just need to take the softness and the femininity of the pieces and mix them with something else so it looks like a complete look and not that you are just wearing your pajama top. I think this one also goes a little bit in hand with the belt bags because it just feels like it's the belts and everything but harnesses and corsets. I saw harnesses on the effortless runway but also in many others, and this can sound very intense and definitely you need to be like certain type of person to pull this off. But when it comes to corsets, that's the type of thing that I always see someone wearing it, like maybe a corset on top of a fluffy blouse or on top of a dress, and I just think that it looks amazing. I really love it. I think it's a way to mix and match different silhouettes, something that is more tight with something flowy. Also the waist shaping and the harness straps when they are layered with a coat or a jacket. Absolutely everywhere I've been seeing how we're going into the more vintage, romantic, even saturated style. Like we're going into the maximalist of things, and I feel like adding corsets and adding harnesses is so unnecessary, but it just adds to the outfit a little bit more personality. I would love to try the harness trend. I will keep you guys posted on that, but I'm definitely more inclined into the corset side than the harness. I feel like one is a little bit more feminine and the other one is a bit more edgy, and you can definitely do corset inspired tailoring instead of a full literal corset. The last clothing trend that I noticed a lot was balloon pants. And I really like balloon pants because they are very comfortable and they have a lot of movement when you walk. It is hard though to pair them with shoes, so you need to go with something very slick and feminine to match it. They are the opposite of skinny jeans, that we are also seeing a little bit the comeback of skinny jeans. And yeah, the balloon pants are basically the opposite. They add a lot of volume to your legs and they are cinched on the ankles. I really love this satin balloon pants because I feel like they look very, very elegant. And they can definitely make a very simple outfit feel a little bit more elevated and that you're doing just a bit more while being way more comfortable, because I do have a few pairs and they are literally the most comfortable pairs that I have. Now going into the shoes, with this one I'm not gonna take that long, but a lot of pointed toe shoes. This one I'm not that happy because I find them to be a little bit more uncomfortable, of course, but they do add a lot to your leg. Like whenever I use pointed shoes, I feel taller, I feel a little bit more elegant, but the key is to find comfortable ones and with very low heel. Mostly everywhere I've been noticing that it's very low heels, and in different textures. They're florals, they're velvet, they're colorful, but they just add so much and they're very refined. I definitely feel more comfortable wearing ballerinas and rounded toe shoes, but whenever I put something that is pointed, it just feels more elevated and that I can transition it a little bit better from day to night. Shoe trend number 3 is going to be red shoes. I saw so many red shoes, but I also saw red in everything. Red bags, red clothing, and this is in a deep burgundy wine red. We've been seeing red for a really long time now and I don't think it's going anywhere. And I think a red shoe is always a classic that you're gonna have in your wardrobe and have a use for it. And the last one is suede shoes. I love a suede shoe. They are more comfortable. My suede boots are the most comfortable thing ever. However, I do have to note that they are very, very fragile. You're gonna stain them quite fast because a suede bag, you can sort of get away with it because you are more careful, but shoes you have on the floor and it can rain, you can step on things, people can step on you. So mind you, if you're gonna go into the suede shoe trend that I would recommend because they're very comfortable, try to go for darker colors, because definitely even if you spray them, you have the chance that they might get stained. And the darker the color, I feel like they just blend everything a little bit better. So these were basically the overall trends that I saw. Of course, if I see any updates and changes as the year goes by, I will make an updated video on this. I was asked to do a what's in and what's out, but I think I need a bit more time to see the things that I'm no longer seeing that were maybe very trendy last year. And when it comes to very specific bags, I can also do a video on that. I just need to sit down and research a little bit. But we can already see that bags like the Chanel 25 cargo bags in suede are going to be very, very big. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. And if you think that I missed a trend or you think that there's something that is going to be very, very hot for this year, leave it in the comment section down below and let's chat. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you're not done watching, I'm going to leave you two right here in case you want to check them out. Thank you and see you on the next one. Bye!